Hello students, Jinali Shah welcomes you on behalf of Saraswat International Academy. Today we will begin with the last part of the chapter evolution. So let us begin with the topic a brief account of evolution. So students, basically in this particular topic we will see how the different life forms evolved on the earth. So students, about 2000 million years ago, first cellular form of life, it appeared on earth. So first cellular form of the life appeared on earth 2000 million years ago. Now, basically I told you that the first cellular form of life, it appeared 2000 million years ago. But this first cellular form of life, it was formed from the non-cellular aggregate यानी non-cellular particles, macromolecules जैसे कि प्रोटीन से, लिपिड से, पॉलीसेकेराइड्स थे, न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स थे, ये सब कंपोनेंट्स, ये सब मैक्रोमोलिक्यूल्स थे. एंड हाउ दिस मैक्रोमोलिक्यूल्स गॉट कन्वर्टेड इनटू द सेल्स, that theory is still not known. The mechanism of how non-cellular aggregates of giant molecules would evolve into cell with membranous envelope is not known. ये मालूम पड़ गया कि cellular life, it appeared on earth approximately 2000 million years ago. But this cellular form of life, it developed from the non-cellular particles, non-cellular biomacromolecules जैसे कि प्रोटीन्स, लिपिड्स, न्यूक्लिक एसिड्स. सो ये सब मॉलिक्यूल्स का ग्रुप बना जो सेल में कन्वर्ट हुआ एंड दिस सेल वाज हैविंग अ मेम्ब्रेन. So how these non-cellular particles evolved into cell is still not known. Some of these cells has the ability to release oxygen. So जो cells बने, so some of the cells formed, they had the ability to form what? To release oxygen. Now this process was similar to the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis में क्या होता है? By splitting of water molecule, oxygen is evolved. Same process was occurring in some of the cells which were formed. They too released what? Oxygen. The reaction could have been similar to the light reaction in photosynthesis, where water is split with the help of the solar energy captured and channelized by appropriate light harvesting pigments. Slowly, single cell organisms became multicellular life forms. So first, जो भी life थी, it was a single cell organism. And this single cell organism, through evolution, became the multicellular life forms. Now students, by the time of 500 million years ago, MYA, it stands for million years ago. So by the time of 500 million years ago, invertebrates were formed and active. So 2000 years, million years ago, कौन सी life आई? Cellular form. Now, about 500 million years ago, what was formed? Invertebrates were formed. And these invertebrates, they were dominating the earth. Jawless fishes, they probably evolved around 350 million years ago. Students, कौन सा एनिमल का इवोल्यूशन कब हुआ है? दैट इज़ वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट for your boards as well as for your need purpose. So jawless fishes, they developed around or they evolved around 350 million years ago. The seaweeds and few plants existed probably around 320 million years ago. Then few plants and some of the seaweeds, they evolved around 320 million years ago. The first organisms that invaded the land were plants. So the first land organisms were plant. Life कहाँ पे form हुई? Life formed in water. Life evolved in water. Okay, water में फिर different animals बनते गए. पहले invertebrates आए, jawless fishes आई, then there were plants like seaweeds and few smaller plants develop हुए. and the first land organisms were plant. जो first land पे life आई that was of the plants. They were widespread on land when animals invaded the land. Okay, जब जैसे जैसे animals land पे आते गए उस time land को पूरा cover किसने किया था? Plants ने cover किया था. Fish with stout and strong fins would move on land and go back to water. So there were certain fishes कि जिसकी fins बहुत strong थी. So these fishes they would come to land and then again go back to water. This was about some 350 million years ago. In 1938, a fish caught in South Africa happened to be coelacanth which was thought to be extinct. 1938 में साउथ अफ्रीका में एक फिश मिली it was believed to be coelacanth and it was believed that this fish is an extinct organism. These animals called coelacanth or lobefins evolved into first amphibians that lived on both land and water. So ये जो coelacanth है it is believed that they were basically it is believed कि उनमें से किसका formation हुआ किसका evolution हुआ amphibians. So coelacanth they evolved into the first amphibians, that is coelacanth were the first amphibians animals which could live on both land as well as on water. But there are no specimens of these left with us. However, these were ancestors of modern day frogs and salamanders. Okay, ये coelacanth की अभी कोई भी specimens नहीं है. Yes, they were the first amphibians, but उनके कोई भी specimens available नहीं है. But it is said that they are the ancestors of the modern frogs and salamanders. The amphibians evolved into reptiles. So पहले क्या आया? Amphibians. Amphibians ने किसका formation किया? Reptiles का. Now they lay the thick-shelled eggs which do not dry up in sun unlike those of amphibians. Now these amphibians and reptiles both lay the egg. Amphibians के eggs कैसे थे? They could not lay the egg in the land or on the land because due to the sunlight that eggs could dry up. But क्योंकि उनमें shells नहीं थे. But reptilian eggs कैसे थे? They were thick shelled eggs. So eggs were having the shells which was very thick, and due to this thick shell the eggs they did not dry up in the sun. Again, we only see their modern day descendants, turtles, tortoises and crocodiles. Okay, ये reptiles जो भी है अभी उनके सिर्फ modern descendants देख सकते हैं. उनके जो ancestors है अभी वो available नहीं है. But their modern descendants कौन है? Turtles, tortoises and crocodiles. Synapsids were mammal-like early reptiles which gave rise to mammals. So synapsids they were animals जो mammal की तरह थे. They were early reptiles but they were mammal-like, and it is believed that synapsids they gave rise to the mammals. Then sauropsids were lizard-like early reptiles which gave rise to different dinosaurs, modern reptiles and birds. So synapsids reptiles थे, they were early reptiles. But उनके features कैसे थे? Somewhat features were like mammal-like, and it is thought, it is believed that synapsids gave birth to mammals. Whereas sauropsids, they were also early reptiles, but they were lizard-like, and it is believed that it is sauropsids which resulted in the formation, or you can say in the evolution of dinosaurs, modern reptiles and birds. In the next 200 million years or so, reptiles of different sizes and shapes dominated on the earth. So later 200 million years, or you can say in the next 200 million years, basically reptiles of different shapes, different forms, they dominated on the earth. Giant ferns called as pteridophytes were present, but they all fell to form the coal deposit slowly. Ferns present the giant ferns, or you can say pteridophytes were present, but these all they fell down and they resulted in the formation of the coal deposits. Some of these land reptiles went back to water to evolve into fish-like reptiles probably 200 million years ago. Okay, reptiles land animals थे. But some of the reptiles they went back to water. कहाँ पे चले गए? Water में चले गए. And it is said that they evolved into fish-like reptiles. The example is ichthyosaurs. Ichthyosaurs, it is a reptile which went back to the water. So basically it is a fish-like reptile. The land reptiles were of course the dinosaurs. So basically वो टाइम पे जो dominant land reptiles थे वो कौन थे? Dinosaurs. And some of the reptiles कहाँ पे चले गए? Water में. Their example is ichthyosaurs. अभी डायनासोर्स की बात है. सो दे वर द लैंड रेप्टाइल्स विच डोमिनेटेड द अर्थ. द बिगेस्ट ऑफ देम दैट इज Tyrannosaurus rex was about 20 feet in height and had a huge fearsome dagger-like teeth. About 65 million years ago, dinosaurs suddenly disappeared from the earth. We do not know the true reason. This may happen due to so basically 65 million years ago पहले क्या हुआ? Dinosaurs they suddenly disappeared from the earth. क्या reason है? Still it is not known. It is believed it may happen due to the climatic changes which may have killed them. Most of them might have evolved into birds, or meteorites collisions might have killed them. These are some of the reasons, or these are some of the points believed that dinosaurs may have disappeared due to these reasons. One is climatic changes, other is evolution into birds, and lastly it is meteorite collisions. The truth may live in between. Small size reptiles of that era still exist today. Okay, वो bigger reptiles थे जिसकी size बड़ी थी like dinosaurs, वो extinct हो गए. But small size reptiles वो era के still they are present. The first mammals were like shrews. So which were the first mammals? They were like shrews. What are shrews? They are the mouse-like insectivorous animals. Their fossils are small sized. Mammals were viviparous and protected their young born inside the mother bodies. Okay. Amphibians थे, birds थे, वो सब कैसे थे? Reptiles, they were oviparous. वो eggs lay करते थे. लेकिन mammals कैसे थे? Viviparous. That is, they protected their unborn young ones inside the body of their mother. Mammals were more intelligent in sensing and avoiding the danger at least. When reptiles came down, mammals took over this earth. जैसे जैसे reptiles का number कम होता गया, who dominated the earth? They were the mammals. There were in South America mammals resembling horse, hippopotamus, bear, rabbit, etc. So in South America there were mammals which resembled horse, hippopotamus, bear, rabbit, etc. But due to continental drift, what is continental drift? It is separation of the land mass, or basically drift means movement. Continents they shifted their position on the earth's surface. So due to continental drift, when South America joined North America, these animals were overridden by the North American fauna. Okay, पहले South America में हॉर्स जैसा, हिपोपोटेमस, बेयर, रेबिट जैसे एनिमल्स थे. बट कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट की वजह से क्या हुआ? नॉर्थ एंड साउथ अमेरिका दे गॉट जॉइंट, दे गॉट कनेक्टेड, एंड ड्यू टू दैट साउथ अमेरिकन जो एनिमल्स थे वो क्या हो गए? बेसिकली उनका नंबर कम होते गए. दे वर ओवर रिडन by the North American fauna. नॉर्थ अमेरिकन फाउना के वजह से साउथ अमेरिकन एनिमल्स या मैमल्स जो भी थे वो बचे नहीं. ड्यू टू सेम कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट, pouched mammals of Australia survived because of the lack of the competition from any other mammal. Okay, जब कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट हुआ यही टाइम पे ऑस्ट्रेलिया में पाउच्ड मैमल्स थे लाइक कैंगरू. सो ये सरवाइव कर गए. क्यों? क्योंकि वहाँ पे दूसरे कोई मैमल्स नहीं थे कंपटीशन करने वाले. लेकिन नॉर्थ अमेरिका और साउथ अमेरिका जब ज्वाइन हुआ तो क्या प्रॉब्लम आई? नॉर्थ अमेरिकन मैमल्स एंड साउथ अमेरिकन मैमल्स दोनों के बीच में कंपटीशन हुई. एंड हु वॉन द कंपटीशन? इट वाज द नॉर्थ अमेरिकन मैमल्स. बट जब कॉन्टिनेंटल ड्रिफ्ट हुआ सो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में पाउच्ड मैमल्स थे. सो वहाँ पे दूसरे कोई मैमल्स ना होने की वजह से पाउच्ड मैमल्स वन द कंपटीशन एंड दे survived. Lest we forget, that is, it should not be forgotten, that there are some mammals which live wholly in water, like whales, dolphins, seals, sea cows are some of the examples. Evolution of horse, elephant, dog, etc. are very special stories of evolution, which you will learn in higher classes. But the most successful story of evolution is the evolution of man with language skills and self-consciousness. So basically how the life form evolved at the different times on the geological scales, they are shown in this figure. So basically how the different plant forms were evolved through the various geological periods. See students, these are the geological periods, epochs and eras. एंड यहाँ पे आप ब्रांचिंग डिसेंट देख सकते हो कि पहले क्लोरोफाइट्स थे, ट्रैक्योफाइट्स थे, राइनिया टाइप्स थे, साइलोफाइटोन थे. एंड ये सब ग्रुप में से डिफरेंट ग्रुप्स ऑफ द animals were different groups of the plants were formed. See students, this is the zosterophyllum, sea ferns बने. then उनमें से किसका फॉर्मेशन हुआ? साइकर्ड्स एंड डाइकॉट्स. एंड देन ये डाइकॉट्स बने. सो बेसिकली एंजियोस्पर्म्स किस में से बने? सीड फर्म्स में से बने. ओके, देन लाइकोपोड्स थे, उसमें से अर्बोरेसन थे, हर्बेशियस थे. एंड ये जो ट्रैक्योफाइट्स थे उन्होंने किसका इवोल्यूशन किया? ब्रायोफाइट्स का. देन साइलोफाइटोन ने किसका इवोल्यूशन किया? तो स्फिनोप्सिड्स का, फर्न्स का, जिंकोस का, कॉनिफर्स का, जीटेल्स का. और यू कैन से बेसिकली दे वर रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ द जिम्नोस्पर्म्स. This is the evolutionary history of the vertebrate animals through the different geological periods. आप देख सकते हैं, these were the early reptiles which were extinct. इन्होंने किसका फॉर्मेशन किया? सौरोप्सिड्स एंड साइनेप्सिड्स. साइनेप्सिड्स ने किसका फॉर्मेशन किया? सो बेसिकली उन्होंने सर्टन डायनासोर्स का फॉर्मेशन किया. दिस डायनासोर्स नाउ दे आर एक्सटिंक्ट एंड उनके प्रेजेंट डे जो आप बोल सकते हो डिसेंडेंट्स है, दे आर टर्टल, लिजर्ड, स्नेक. सो बेसिकली क्या था? रेप्टाइल्स था. एंड ये रेप्टाइल्स ने किसका इवोल्यूशन किया? बर्ड्स एंड मैमल्स का. सो दैट इज अ ब्रीफ अकाउंट ऑफ द इवोल्यूशन. नाउ वी विल स्टडी ओरिजिन एंड इवोल्यूशन ऑफ मैन. So basically about 15 million years ago, primates called Dryopithecus and Ramapithecus, they were existing. They were hairy, they walked like gorillas and chimpanzees. Ramapithecus was more man-like and Dryopithecus it was ape-like. Few fossils of man-like bones have been discovered in Ethiopia and Tanzania. This revealed hominid features leading to the belief that 3 to 4 million years ago, man-like primates walked in eastern Africa. So basically man-like bones के fossils मिले कहाँ पे? इथियोपिया एंड तंजानिया. अभी ये fossils में hominid features थे. Hominid features are the features of the animals belonging to the hominidae family. Okay, and ये जो फॉसिल्स थे उससे ये बिलीफ आई दैट बेसिकली 3 to 4 millions ago men like primates they walked in the East African region. They were probably not taller than 4 feet, but they walked upright. 2 million years ago, Australopithecines probably lived in East African grasslands. Evidences show that they hunted with stone weapons but essentially ate the fruit. So, Australopithecines they were found some 2 million years ago. उनके स्टडी से ये मालूम किया एविडेंसेस से, फॉसिल एविडेंसेस या अदर एविडेंसेस से, कि दे हंटेड विथ स्टोन वेपन्स. उन्होंने स्टोन वेपन्स बनाए. दे वर स्किलफुल, दे प्रिपेयर्ड स्टोन वेपन्स. उनसे हंटिंग तो की बट दे एट ओनली द फ्रूट्स. Some of the bones among the bones discovered were different. Okay, men like bones मिले, बट जब बोन्स की स्टडी की तो सम ऑफ द बोन्स वर डिफरेंट. ये जो डिफरेंट बोन्स थे, सो दिस क्रिएचर वॉज कॉल्ड फर्स्ट ह्यूमन लाइक बीइंग होमिनिड. व्हाट इज होमिनिड? इट इज एनी मेंबर ऑफ अ बायोलॉजिकल फैमिली, होमिनिडी. At present, there are humans, chimpanzees, gorillas and orangutans. So basically, hominidae फैमिली को जो भी एनिमल बिलोंग करता है उसको होमिनिड बोलते हैं. होमिनिड में बहुत सारे एक्सटिंक्ट एनिमल्स भी है, बट प्रेजेंट मेंबर्स ऑफ दिस होमिनिडी फैमिली आर ह्यूमन बींग्स, चिंपांजीज, गोरिल्लाज एंड ओरंगुटन्स. एंड सो बेसिकली मैंने बोला कि बोन्स को स्टडी किया. सम बोन्स वर फाउंड टू बी डिफरेंट एंड दिस क्रिएचर वॉज मोर ह्यूमन लाइक बींग. एंड उसको क्या बोला? होमो हैबिलिस. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय होमो हैबिलिस? होमो इज मैन एंड हैबिलिस मीन्स स्किलफुल. द ब्रेन कैपेसिटीज basically were between 650 to 800 cc. Now what is brain capacity? जो ब्रेन केस है या स्कल है उसका जो कैपेसिटी है, क्यूबिक कैपेसिटी, इट इज़ मेजर्ड. एंड हाउ इट इज़ मेजर्ड? सो जो स्कल है या उसकी जो कैविटी है, इट इज़ फिल्ड विद द पार्टिकुलेट मटेरियल. जैसे मस्टर्ड सीड है या कोई भी थर्मोकोल बॉल्स है या कुछ भी डालना है किसमें? स्कल में, स्कल की कैविटी में. एंड हाउ मच अमाउंट ऑफ मस्टर्ड सीड और मटीरियल, उसका क्या करना है? वॉल्यूम मेजर करना है, कितना गया. एंड दैट इज़ कॉल्ड एज द ब्रेन कैपेसिटी. सो ब्रेन कैपेसिटी वॉज अबाउट 650 to 800 cc. किसका? होमो हैबिलिस का. होमो हैबिलिस ऑल्सो डिड नॉट ईट द मीट. Fossils discovered in Java, Java is an island, in 1861 revealed the next stage, that is Homo erectus, which is commonly called as the erect man, about 1.5 million years ago. 2 million years ago Homo habilis. Then fossils कहाँ पे मिले? जापान, जावा में. And these fossils were to be believed of Homo erectus, that is the erect man. Homo erectus had a large brain around 900 cc. Habilis का ब्रेन कैपेसिटी क्या था? 650 to 800. जबकि होमो इरेक्टस का क्या था? 900. Homo erectus probably ate the meat. Then the Neanderthal man with the brain size of 1400 cc lived in East and Central Asia between 1 lakh to 40,000 years back. They used hides to protect their body and buried their dead. So basically animal skin से उन लोग अपनी body को cover करते थे and उनके बेसिकली जो भी मेंबर डेड होते थे उनको क्या करते थे? बरी करते थे. Homo sapiens arose in Africa and moved across different continents and developed into distinct races. Okay, so first Homo sapiens were found in Africa, and then these Homo sapiens, they migrated to different continents, and they gave rise to the different races of human beings. During the Ice Age between 75,000 to 10,000 years ago, modern Homo sapiens arose. prehistoric cave art developed about 18,000 years ago. One such cave paintings by the prehistoric humans can be seen in Bhimbekta rock shelter in Raisin district of Madhya Pradesh. Agriculture came around 10,000 years back and human settlement it started. The rest of what happened is a part of human history of growth and decline of civilizations. So that is regarding the origin of the human beings. Here you can see the basically the skulls of the three organisms. This is of the modern human being. This skull is of the baby chimpanzee, and lastly it is of the adult chimpanzee. So from this you can see that the skull of the modern human being, or you can say adult human, is more alike to the baby chimpanzee than to the adult chimpanzee. So this is regarding the origin or evolution of human beings. We come to the end of this chapter. Thank you, students.